New York history teacher makes black students pick cotton. Different instance. Okay, Ian said there was a different instance. So this has happened multiple times. Wow. So this.
It's just a thing. It's just a thing y'all up there do, I guess.
Does 2 times make a thing or 3 times
Doc,
make a thing?
Don't do that, Doc. Doc, don't do that. Don't say that's a thing we do up there. We don't know if the other time was in New York. Okay, so don't do that.
I was going to say Northerners. I was going to call y'all Northerners.
No, we
good.
good.
Yeah, I was about to say, like.
I was like, nah, that's too far.
All right, so Rochester, really? A white teacher in Rochester, New York is under fire for allegedly telling his class of mostly black 7th graders to pick seeds out of cotton and put on shackles during social studies lessons about slavery. Patrick Roche allegedly taught the lesson about slavery and how cotton is processed at the School of the Arts last Tuesday. Quote, he gave the whole class cotton and we were made to pick out the cotton seeds, he said. Better clean it right, boy. Student Jameer O'Neill told the outlet. God forgive me. I don't know why, but it's my mind as a teacher. He's trying to generally teach a lesson, so he's trying to, like, I'm assuming, have fun with it, right? Like, I only imagine getting into character. Better pick the cotton. Better clean it right, boy. Yo, it's wild. I'm sorry. This is crazy. I'm mad that he did this.
Somebody at work, I won't say his name, an older white dude, mistakenly called me boy one time.
I bet that hit different, huh?
Everything he said to me afterwards, I replied like a slave.
No.
All day, I replied like a slave until he eventually came to my office, pulled me to the side, and said, I apologize. You know, it's just a thing we say in the South. I said, why do you think you said that in the South?
It's actually kind of funny.
He paused. He's like, oh, never thought about it. Same dude cracked a joke, by the way. He said, there were 2, I won't say their skin tones. You guys will be able to guess everything from the joke. He says they're messing with a rack, trying to put it together. And he was like, something about 2 monkeys fucking a football.
What?
And he was like, yeah.
That was a crazy leap from 2 racks to 2 monkeys.
No, like 2 guys were messing with a rack and they couldn't get it. They couldn't figure it out. And he was like, what would you do? Like the joke, apparently it's from a movie or something like that. But he was like, yeah, 2 monkeys fuck a football or some shit like that. Son, I was like, you said that? Did you tell them that joke? He was like, no. He's not racist.
He's just what, socially?
He just really don't get it.
Okay.
He think that shit is okay. You know what I'm saying? And so I quickly told him, I said, hey, just letting you know, other people would have heard what you said. They may not have given you the grace that I gave you. And he said, what do you mean? I said, comparing black people to 2 chimps. And then also, why would 2 chimps fuck a football? I don't get the joke. So much so I can't remember the fucking joke. But he was just like, yeah, it's a saying we say down here. I said,
What?
So I said, so you're not getting the association between the black people and the monkeys? He said, no. Why would black people be associated with monkeys? And that's when I knew. This man really just don't get it.
Okay.
He really just...
Because that would blew me right there, too. He didn't associate, like really? That's good on you.
Yeah,
I don't want to make that associate.
Yeah, or he picked the right moment to start acting.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what movie that was from so that I knew if that was actually like...
Yeah, but he's like, what?
Racist, like,
hey, can you type... Nah.
No, don't... Yeah, no.
Don't want...
Yeah, no.
Because we'll probably get like an actual picture.
Nah.
But what movie... I forgot what it was. It was just like...
I've heard a similar...
You've heard it, what I'm talking about before.
It's the other one, but the other one was like definitely like that had complete racist connotation. It's the scene from Full Metal Jacket when he's like talking about a bunch of black guys like sleeping with his like sister or something like that. And then one of the guy follows it up with a pretty racist joke. But yeah, that's the only like thing I heard that was similar. But I've never heard that one where it's 2 monkeys on a football.
But yeah,
I just think. First off, it's wild because this is from the. I guess what you try to portray with that joke was the level of what ignorance. What you said.
Yeah, like I
think that's wild that ignorance is in a history teacher. Like it's ironic that him as a 100%. History teacher is trying to teach a lesson by this. Like that. It's like, I don't know. That's just funny.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised nobody told him to suck their goddamn appendage. Like I stood up and would have been like, "Yo, SMD," and walked out.
All right, so let's finish this up. So, quote, we were all shocked. We were just surprised that he would give us cotton, and we didn't know what to do. It made me feel bad to be a black person.
Oh my gosh, she's trying to get a check.
Janicia Brown said he pushed
girl.
back against the assignment. I immediately was like, "Oh, I'm not doing that." And then he was like, "Do it. It's for a good grade." Rosh has been put on paid leave while the district investigates the allegations. The outlet reported. Go down. The two student mothers said their kids told them Rosh, who allegedly referred to himself as Masa. Oh my gosh, he did not.
Okay. What? Wait, hold on. You're gonna have to repeat whatever you said. I found the joke on Urban Dictionary. It says when a pair of people are having extreme difficulty performing a task, usually due to the complexity or physical effort of the task involved, or the inability to get their efforts coordinated enough to complete the task. Did you see those two trying to get that riding lawnmower off the pickup truck? They look like two monkeys fucking a football. So that's what he said. They look like two monkeys fucking a football. But did I just hear you say the word masa? Masa? Masa?
So it doesn't have racial connotation.
Don't know.
I mean, you could definitely use it that way.
I don't know. I just let him know that we live in a time, and I work in Forsyth County. If you know anything about Forsyth, if you type in Forsyth and Oprah,
I know about Forsyth.
Oprah.
you'll be interested to see what you find. That's all I'm saying.
I was just gonna say, I like that he said masa. This is a Spanish word.
Yeah, I was about. No, he. I'll reread the paragraph like John wanted.
Please.
The two student mothers said their kids told them Rosh, the teacher, who allegedly referred to himself as Masa, let white children refuse to take part in the activity but did not allow their black counterparts to opt out.
Okay, after a certain while though, we gotta understand that the check is apparently hair. You know what I'm saying? So some of this is gonna be boosted.
But this is crazy though.
But the level.
This is a deeper
after
conversation.
a certain while,
a deeper conversation.
There's a deeper conversation here. But after a certain while, it's almost like I refuse to believe he did that and this. Like he also let the white kids not participate.
Yeah, that is strange to me.
That's
isn't that who you want to get the lesson?
Well, yeah.
Based off how
honestly,
the climate is right now.
Honestly,
with white privilege.
If I was to do it though, if I was doing this activity, I would make everybody do it.
Well, obviously.
I wouldn't specifically be like, no, you need to feel this, black people. Like, no, it's pretty fucked up. Like, he needed to have just made all the students.
Like, he did it all the way racist. Like, he literally, that's my problem. Nothing to me is, that's why I even said with Johnny Depp, nothing to me is ever just like, he was just all the way racist. Everything he could do racist along the way, he made sure he got every grace. Also, the white kids participate. And also, call me Masa. I don't know, dude. Did he give him slave names?
They would have led with that. I think that's something you lead with.
He said my name was Toby.
I think that's something you lead with more so than picking cotton. Teacher gives black students slave names. That would have been a more crazy headline than teacher. I think. Go down.
I also don't get making it like.
Why they got South Park Jesus
like mandatory to pick out the cotton. Like I would have, if I was teaching the class. I don't know. Maybe I would have like brought a cotton, whatever like the bundle's called. And then just been like, if anybody actually wants to experience what they felt, like come up and try it. That's it.
Considering legal action against Yo, he looked like, go scroll down. My boy looked like Rumpelstiltskin. And then you got Santa Claus on Xanax.
Yo, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. This podcast is sponsored by Angel Blinds, a local Atlanta area small business. Their blinds help you get a new look for your living room, to your bedroom, to your dining room. They even got custom kids blinds with their favorite superhero or princess. Use our promo code FDT. Our audience gets 10% off their first purchase. You can find them at Facebook at Angel Blinds or Instagram at Angel Blinds _ between Angel and Blinds. So check them out.
So I guess the dive into the deeper, like we said, conversation from this is, like you said, there's an apparent check.
Yeah, they're trying to get a check, so they're angling, obviously.
So it comes, how do you appropriately deal with these situations then?
But he gave him the platform to eat, so they got to do what they got to do now. Like he gave him the way out. He said, you know what? Honestly speaking, he was like, you know what? Y'all want some money? I'm finna quit this bitch anyway. Y'all want some money? I'm gonna do some racist shit on my way out. Y'all go ahead, sue the school, and I'll catch y'all later. I'm finna quit anyway.
I mean, he basically just has to go through the investigation process and hope he comes out the other end.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just proof that we don't know how to tackle the conversation about, I guess, race and maybe slavery or anything when it comes to history. Yeah, exactly.
Niggas try and make it awkward.
Because I don't think this is the conservative approach, but I guess what their fear is like they're gonna go back to slave days when black like picking
No,
cotton and names blah blah blah. I know
no.
I don't think that's there, but this is one side of the extreme I guess you could say, and the other side of people are right now are complaining about is now you're trying to make white people feel bad through CRT. That's what they're complaining about feeling white, like you're an
And
oppressor,
that's not even
language, blah blah blah.
first.
So it's like clearly we just don't know how to have this. I guess this conversation when it comes to our kids.
It's awkward, but history is supposed to be awkward because it's back then. They were doing things with different mentalities than we have now. We're supposed to just be able to absorb it. It's like when people say, I can't wait for everybody to just be one color. And then, no, we're supposed to be able to coexist and respect each other's cultures. That's the actual end goal. We shouldn't take some easier end goal just because it's more comfortable. But we should always strive for, you know what I'm saying, a better understanding. This right here was wrong both ways. Even as a lesson for him to say, I wanted you to, the whole thing would be, I wanted you to experience what a slave experienced, right? That would not be what a slave experienced.
Well, first off, why did you want us to experience the slave and want them to experience the master? If like, and why did you want to experience that? Like, what was the point of that lesson?
But also, that's not what the slave experience was. You're also minimizing the slave
She
experience.
said that too.
And so on both ends on the spectrum, it's a dumb lesson. It's also lazy. And then you pick the seeds out. And then, so it's just like, there was no room here for like any understanding of, I don't even care about the nigga's point of view. Like, you just see, this is the type of dude that tells you like, hey, you're not black if you blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at now. That's exactly where we at now. These folks and people like him know more about how every demographic that they believe is supposed to act than we do. Because that's where everybody get comfortable. You're not even Mexican like that. Why not? Because I don't fit your description of what you believe a Mexican looks like or acts like.
You know what's weird to me?
Like all that shit is like weird.
I forgot I don't know if I was talking to Ian about this. I forgot who I was talking to about. But I think it's interesting how some people, I didn't think this. I thought because America, maybe this is my bias, but I think that's a privilege that I thought a lot of people had in America than I thought, which was being exposed to multiple cultures. Growing up, I guess, is the key factor.
Growing up, it's not the people growing up that have the problem. It's always the people who came here or the new to it. The people who grew up to it are easy, like they get along easy. Now you look at the next generation of, and this is not to bring race in or anything like that, but we are talking about it. You know, the next generation of white girls, right? Just those girls. Look at the shoes they're wearing now. They're wearing white Air Force Ones. That's what you're seeing on all of them right now. So that's just to show small little things are like, they're just becoming more ingrained in multiple cultures to the point where it's not, the originator of it doesn't really matter. It's just, it's more ingrained because they're interacting at such a younger age. You know what I'm saying? So now you have these girls that are up until like high school. You see them all with the dirty white Air Force Ones. They let them get dirty. I mean, obviously, the next step is keeping them clean, guys, but they let them get dirty and they're wearing their forces. So it's just, to me, it's always the people like who
I think that's actually kind of cool though, like the trading of like cultural like things.
100%.
It builds a personality that's uniquely your own. I think that it's kind of interesting, but I do agree with Gene also to the extent that like the country is so shook by the murder of George Floyd and like, you know, all the pieces kind of falling into place and stuff like that, that a lot of people don't know how to approach the conversations and the interactions of race anymore. And it makes it really like weird. Like some people are like, okay, I'm just not going to acknowledge it and I'm just going to treat you like I would everybody. And then there's other people that are like, no, you have to look at my race because it identifies me. And then you're just like, fuck, okay, like I have to acknowledge this portion of you. And then there's other people that are like, why are you specifically identifying that portion of me? And you're just like, God damn it, I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to fucking live my life and make friends and be around people and stuff like that. But I'm
just trying to be around people. I gotta be around you, man.
Yeah, exactly. It makes everyone like walk on eggshells around each other, and there's got to be a way to just kind of coast through it, man.
You're right, but I'm trying to kind of apply it to the learning setting specifically. And to me, it's kind of cut and dry. As much information as you can on the topics that you are going to cover. I'm not saying cover everything, but the next level of information, not even in more depth, but a little bit more nuance maybe. a little bit more
Well,
context.
that's what they think they're doing.
But that's my problem.
I guess I would assume that's what they think they're doing.
But this isn't on the spectrum of it's awkward conversation now and we don't know what to do. Like, this was a nigga who felt like he knew what to do. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Do you think he overtaught? Well, for sure, if like he's only making the black people experience it, then I do agree that he overtaught whatever he thought his lesson was.
yeah, he felt comfortable.
Is that overteaching?
Like, he felt comfortable.
Yeah, I definitely think it is. It's like, this is how the Romans tortured people. Anybody want to try?
That's why.
What the fuck?
That's why it's scary when you operate like your opinion is a fact. Even if you have a well thought out opinion, sometimes you can approach people to accept it as fact. You have to be okay understanding what you have as an opinion. Therefore, you don't let it leak into stuff like this. Because when you let it leak into stuff like this, you're presumptive and you put yourself in position to be wrong.
Are you talking about a tested reality, John? I was just making a joke to a conversation we had way back about perspective is reality, like the first episode we ever did. And I think I made that argument about, because I was going to make a joke about my truth kind of thing. That's kind of jokingly what you're doing. Because he has, his perspective, his point of view, his, thing. But has he actually had it tested? Did he try it? Did he put out there?
Man,
like, if someone actually was able to see his lesson plan, this is a bad idea, bro.
It's bad.
This is a bad idea.
You get what I'm saying? And there's so many opportunities when you have the lesson plan for you to know this is a bad idea. But it's ego that doesn't allow you to take that deep breath and say, or even consider. And that's been my problem all the time.
But I think that right there, that problem where people don't have that
consideration, just the
consideration
possibility.
to check. Like, I don't know how would you to express that. Like, what is that? Like a reality check or something like that? I guess. Like, I don't even know.
It's almost not even that. The simplest way I could put it is cover your back. Because if you cover your back, like, you just make sure you don't make sure you're exposing yourself. The second you state something like factual, you have to understand, you have to stand on it. So you've left yourself the opposite, or whatever a different answer is no longer an option for you. You have to be okay with that every time you speak indefinite, every time. And so when you do that, your back is exposed to being wrong because you didn't think that you're possibly wrong. Like, all you have to do is preface your language. It's an opinion. Then if it's an opinion, okay. I don't need to teach based off an opinion. That's all he had to do. But no, he knows better. Look at this sweater.
That's how you end it, right? And to prove my point, look at his sweater.
Yeah, I feel like interactive slavery is not the way to go when it comes to TV. So, thanks for making it to the end. We really appreciate it and hope you all enjoyed the show.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and the notification bell to get notified when we post our clips.
Follow us on Twitter at PodcastFDT. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok are all fake deep thinking. Check us out, please.
FDT. Peace, y'all.
Peace.